Welcome back to another Dice Throne Talk Tuesday, as today we talk about the Moon Elf. The Moon Elf is a level 2 complexity based on the rulebook for the first Dice Throne Season 1. Be interested to see if any of these complexities change for the rerolled one way or another. Be interested to see. I doubt it, but she is a level 2. So play style: blind and entangle foes, frustrate your enemies while evade your attacks and whittle them down. I think that's a pretty good explanation of how you want to play her. Barbarian is hit hard and heal up. You win that way. This way is more of, hey, I'm going to blind you. I'm going to entangle you to restrict your dice rolling, restricting your ability to attack me. And then evading their big attacks as well, and all while hitting them pretty hard, honestly. She hits pretty hard overall. Her dice pool, 1, 2, and 3 are arrows, so that's very good there. 4, 5 are foot, and 6 is the moon. So she has another easy complexity in terms of rolling and being able to do a lot with what you're given. So like the long bows, if you have a lot of bows, you may want to go that way. If you have a lot of feet, okay, I can go with my covered shot. And then if I have 2 feet, 2 bows, and a 6, I may try to roll the bows and the 6 in order to get covered shot if I'm trying to get that evasive. Demising shot, inflict targeted, then deal 4 damage. I'm definitely going to try to be dealing that targeted quickly if I'm able to. If I have that 1/6 on the first roll, similar to Barbarian, I'm going to be rolling the 4 other dice and see if I can get another 6 and then some bows out of it. Inflict targeted, because targeted adds 2 to the damage. And if you can consistently keep on putting negative status effects on them, all the while inflicting damage and evading it, preventing the half damage, you're going to be in a really good spot overall. Exploding arrow is really good too, with dealing inflicting blind. Opponent loses CP, really good overall. And then you have your small and large straights: entangle, blind, evasive here, and then eclipse is their mini ultimate, as AJ told me. Blind, entangled, and targeted, then deal 7 damage. And then your big ultimate attack. So what I'm going to do is similar to what I did with Barbarian. If I have that first 6 out on the field on the first roll, I may roll the other 4 depending on where I'm at in the game and what it's looking like for me. So I'm going to do the similar thing as offensive roll for last Dice Throne Talk with the Barbarian. I'm going to do about 10, maybe 12 times, see how fast I go, and see what I can get out of this. What I've got here are Moon Elf's 5 dice. So you got your moon right there, foot, bow, 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 foot. So really nice overall. We're doing 10 times here, and with no cards, no CP. See how we can do, see what we can get, dealing damage, but at the same time trying to inflict different status effects. I'm also going to take note of which status effects we can inflict. I'm also going to take into account how many evasives we get as well. I'm also going to do defensive rolls after this and see how many times we can get double foot, how many times we get double bows. We miss completely. Let's see how this goes. Alrighty, so we have bow, 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 foot, foot. So we really have a 3, 4, 5 right here. And we're close to covered shot, which is good, but we're chasing 1 right there. We're not close to demising shot, but we are close to this. So let's try to get that entangling shot. We do. And let's try to get blinding shot. And we do. So just like that, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blinding shot. And I know that, well, what if they have a card that forces you to reroll it? Well, we're playing with no cards on our end, so they play no cards on their end as well. So we inflict blind, and we also get an evasive. All right, so that's number one. Let's try it again. A lot of feet that time, whole lot of feet. So this would be a perfect time to keep the 4 and the 5. You don't want double numbers because we are also chasing a straight. Oh, 4, 5, and a 5, I'm sorry. And then we're going to go for 2 bows, just like that. Boom. Now, if you wanted to try to chase something else, you could, but we have covered shot, and that's going to be kind of one of your staple attacks because you want to get a lot of evasives because you can't always count on that double foot, double bow to work in your favor. So you need those evasives as well to evade some of that maybe undefendable damage that maybe the barbarian will give out on you. So covered shot. All right, go again. That was a 5. 3, 4, 5. But we also have covered shot again. And there's no reason why, especially it's our first time there, do it again. You can stack up to 3 evasives. If you're not stacked up, go ahead and do it. Even if you are, you could probably chase a straight. However, then you're risking it, and you may be getting bows 1 and 1, double ones maybe, or maybe you can try it. Let's see what happens if we were to do it. So we would have gotten that. I'm not counting that just because we had the cover shot already. But you could go for that as well. And let's see. All right, so now we got a couple 6s here. 3, 4, 5, 6. So you do have a small straight, but we want that demising shot. So we would want to reroll these to get demising shot. The reason why you want demising shot, obviously, is because you want to put that targeted on them, so you can add the 2 additional damage. So really, this is a 6 damage, not a 4 damage, because you're inflicting that targeting shot, unless they're playing bye-bye, or maybe a cleanse that's an immediate effect. Alrighty, 1, 2, and look at that, covered shot right there. Go at it again. That was a 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, but also another covered shot. So let's go, okay, covered shot, I don't want it. Let's go for the blinding. Let's try it. 2. See, so this is the issue. It's like, okay, you're more likely to roll bows than feet. So let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got lucky there. So that's a blinding shot again. That's 6 attacks. So we got about 4 more to go here. So here's a 6. 1, 2, 3, and a 6. So this is one of those times when I may be rolling. I'm going to go ahead and roll these 4 dice, and let's just see what happens. Haven't been rolling a whole lot of 6s for her. That happens. But I have 2, 3, 5, 2. So this is an interesting dilemma here. You roll for these and roll and hope for 2 feet, or do you just go for longbow? Let's go for the 6. See what happens. Alrighty, so we got a whiff, unfortunately. If we were playing with an upgraded card for a covered shot 2, boom, evasive action. We would have had it, but I am going to count that as a whiff overall. However, I could have easily gone the safe route and gone the longbow route, and probably would have been fine with that too. That was me inflicting it upon myself. So another 6 here. Let's try it again. Whoops. had to roll off the table. All right. So another 6 here, another bow. So we're gonna roll these 2, and we're gonna go for either 6 there or for some bows. So we have a really good chance of 66% chance. Look at that. That is exactly what we wanted for either the demising shot or the exploding arrow. Let's try the exploding arrow and see what happens. I'm gonna roll all 5 dice. And looks like we are gonna be, the opponent loses 1 CP and dealing 2 for that, so 5, 6, 7, 8 damage and blind. Alrighty, so let's see, roll again here. Alrighty, let's try it again and see what happens. Let's roll for the covered shot here. And now we have 3, 4, 5. But we do have covered shots, so we'll get that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Our last attempt here. And I'm actually gonna roll these 3 and see what happens here. The reason why I'm rolling these, keeping these 2 is because I'm keeping my straights possibility, also keeping covered shot possibility. And 3, 4, 5, 6. See, that's exactly why is I kept that straight possibility and ended up getting that straight out of it. So that is another blinding shot and evasive and a blind. And that is going to be for the attacks. So that is just kind of why I roll different stuff. I know I whiffed one time, however, definitely probably would have kept the long bow on that particular one, but I tested my luck on it. And so let's go ahead and try for the defensive rolls. All right, so for the defensive rolls, we want to go for those 2 feet or for 2 bows. And that was a 6, 6. We did get 2 feet, so I'm going to log that as feet. Alrighty, do it again here. And looks like feet and bow that time. This is gonna be pretty quick overall, just one-time rolls. 1 bow. Ooh, 2 bows that time. Feet and bows. Feet. There we go. Feet. Yeah, let's do it one more time here. Bow and foot, or not foot, but just a bow there. So every time we got something, a couple times we got bows and feet. We had overall 6 feet there and 7 bows. So overall, you're probably gonna get something. Very rarely where will you get not one of these 2. So let's kind of talk about these cards a little bit that come in everyone's deck. One of them would be not this time. Target prevents 6 incoming damage. Yeah, you may want it, but at the same time, this is one of the exceptions when a hero may not need to have this card, because you're getting this on the defensive having damage, where a majority of the time, half of that incoming damage is probably going to be less than 6. One of the times when you may keep it is when the Barbarian upgrades to 8 undefendable damage. So then you go, okay, well, I'm not this time in it. But ideally, you should have evasives as well. So not this time may not be one of those cards where it's a requirement to keep because you're having a lot of that damage overall. One more time, taking up additional rolls. As you saw there, we only whiffed one time, and that's because I forced it, but we could have gone the long bow. So one more time, maybe not needed, but if you really need to go for a specific attack, maybe you're trying to get the Eclipse or go for Lunar Eclipse, and you have this and you have the CP for it, go ahead. But if you have this in your hand and you're needing more CP, this may be one to get rid of. Twice as Wilds and So Wilds, obviously they're fantastic because they're Wilds. Better D. Target player may reroll one or their more dice during the defensive roll phase. This would probably be one to keep on this one because if you're not rolling those feet, did there, but if let's say you had this, I'm like, well, crud, I needed that foot to have that damage. Better D, reroll that or all of them and try to go for that foot, and you'll probably get it on the second time, if not the first. Helping Hand is always a good one to have, to force a player to reroll one of their big attacks. Samesies is always good to have, especially for your covered shot, demising shot, exploding arrow. When you got 1 or 2 6s and you're looking for that other 6, but you're not getting it, boom, Samesies it up. Try again. Rerolling up to 2 dice. Another one of those if you have the extra, but if you needing CP, go ahead and sell this one. 6-it, always good one because of all these attacks. Get that out of here. Remove one status effect from target player. If you're playing against another status-heavy opponent, then it may be good to have, but overall, you're the one inflicting a lot of these status effects. If they, in turn, use a transference or anything like that, it may be good to have this, just in case it only costs you 1 CP. Because if you do what status effects to get your own targeted off, but you also have 3 evasives, you really don't want to get rid of those 3 evasives, so get that out of here would be the better one. So what status effects, maybe not as effective as get that out of here. Vegas Baby, always a play. Transference is always good as well if you're playing a target heavy or status effect heavy opponent. If they transfer it, poison to you or burn to you, what have you, may be good to have, but not an automatic because really you're the status effect person dealing all the status effects. Getting paid is always good. Tip it, double up, but buys, no status effect thing right there, and your double ups, always good to use. For her special cards, Volley. Play after attacking an opponent, roll 5, deal 1 to the total damage, inflict entangled. A really good one to use, especially let's say you do blinding shot. Oh, all the way. Also, you're entangled. I would be careful in doing this one for blinding shot now that I think about it, because inflicting blind is good if they're doing an attack and then you are entangling them, which is limiting their offensive roll to 2. So if they go to 2 and they whiff, well, the blinds is no longer needed because they didn't attack. So just be careful on that one. Take that, roll a die. Half the time you'll get that bow. Otherwise you'll get entangled or blind as well. So always good to have 0 CP. Moon Magic, gain an invasive. Ideally, you should be getting invasives automatically, but let's say start of the game you don't have any invasives. This may be a good one to have. Inflict blind, entangled, and targeted on target opponent. Really powerful, really good to have. And then you can deal maybe exploding arrow or something else like that, a heavy hitting one overall. So Moon Magic. This is the promo card. Inflicting entangled blind target. So pretty much Moon Magic right there. So if you have a 6-it with this combo, 6, roll a die. Oh, down to 6. Oh, well, I'm going to 6-it. Boom, right there. That just saved you 4 CP for free right there. And then you have Evade. 1 CP, target player gains evasive. So what status affects you or anything that gets rid of your entire status, or you're just out of evasives and they try to hit you with a really big, heavy attack, really challenging attack they have to use a card or two to get the attack that they want. That's not their ultimate, and you go, oh, well, I have an evade. And then, well, miss the evade on that one, of course. But having that evade really gets in the opponent's mind as well. Now that we've gone through rolling the dice for offensive roll phase, defensive roll phase, we've gone through a couple of the cards. Let's go through the upgrades real quick. Longbow 2 and 3. Longbow 3 is really nice. Longbow 2, meh, okay, I guess. You are upping the damage a little bit, but Longbow 3, upping it 2 times, and then 3 of a kind to get entangled. Really nice. I do like Longbow 3 on it. Covered shot, just giving you that ability to have a lot of feet and go, okay, well, I gain evasive, but also dealing some undefendable damage. And if they also have target on top of that, it's 4 undefendable. Really strong attack right there. Demising shot, a little bit easier to get a bow or get an attack. So inflict targeted, entangled, hit that covered shot, what have you. You're going to be looking pretty good. I do like upgrades that give you more attacks because it gives you less of a chance to whiff. Exploding arrows, 2 CP. The damage is about the same here. Upgrade it, so 3 times and 2 times here. Additional loses CP, blind and entangled. These are really good upgrades overall. I really have no problems with those upgrades. Your large straight, and then Lunar Blessing. Gain 3 evasives, inflict entangled. So if you're just trying to go straight on, oh, I lost all of my evasives from the last defensive roll, and you get those back up to 3 immediately. Perfect. Well, gain 3. Oh yeah, also I'm going to give you entangled as well. 10 damage instead of 8. Really good upgrade as well. Entangling shot, another awesome upgrade. Upping 2 damage for that, for 2 CP. Lunar Eclipse, always gain evasive, inflict, blind, entangled, and targeted. So the only difference is dealing damage. So I would definitely go for it just because it gives you more likely of a chance to get something. Well, let's think about this here. If I upgrade this, I have this. But if I have this, I'm likely to have this as well. So you're already dealing a whole lot of damage. Chance to have the opponent lose CP and then inflicting blind. Or do you go for the evasive, blind, entangled, and targeted? Well, it kind of depends. Do they also have targeted as well? Like, what do they have as well? And then missed me, dealing 1 damage per bow rather than for every 2 bow deal damage. So a little bit stronger right there. I do like this defensive ability as well. Big thing coming in Friday. We have the Monk versus the Moon Elf for our Friday night fight, or battle, you could say, for Dice Throne in our tournament. It's going to be pretty interesting because you saw what she has for status effects. The Monk also has evasives, has cleanse, has the Chi, which can either reduce damage, incoming damage, or inflict more and add on to the damage he's giving to the Moon Elf. Very interesting. It's going to be a very long battle probably, just because both opponents can take away incoming damage, can evade, can cleanse. So Moon Elf is going to be inflicting all of this damage or all of these status effects, but then Monk, if he can get those cleanses, is going to be able to cleanse them immediately. So take those targets off, take those blinds and entanglements and targeted. I think Monk does have an advantage because he has those cleanses, so he's not reliant on just the cards to get rid of status effects. Okay, so that's what I have for the Moon Elf today. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. Let me know what you think about the Moon Elf and maybe any strategies that you have that may be able to help other people as well. It's always fun to sit down and roll a lot of dice and talk about it. So stay tuned for Friday for the fight for the Moon Elf and the Monk. So we'll see you next time. Take care.